trying to teach them, like, well, life is not always about what you can get. It's also about what you can give. So. We opened this place. It was like an old thrift shop. So there was like really old carpet in here. Like the panels were all like wooden. Just like it would look really bad in here. So Adrian did most of the work with his friends.
Yeah, and I can't even remotely take too much credit on that. Sergeant Woods.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Him and a couple of the guys that I worked with really came and just said, hey, how can we help?
Yeah,
And
awesome.
they guided the project and did a lot of the work, and I would help out as much as I could. And in 21 days, Wasco,
Yeah.
if you're on there.
He actually cut his finger open and had
Sorry,
to go to
Wasco?
emergency.
So I literally sliced his finger off back there, and I literally went to the hospital, stitched his finger up, and then we came back and finished working on the shelving.
Yeah.
So I'm literally got pictures of me stitching his finger up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Good old Kyle Wasco.
We did it, and
That was weird too, because we were in here and he was outside, and the back door was open, and all I heard was Adrian, like that. It was just very, very faint, and I was like, that's one of, but no, there's no said, no yelling, no screaming, and I'm like, that's one of those sounds that's like maybe he just died. So I bolt out the back door, come out, I was like, what's going on? He's holding his finger, he's like, I need you to take me to the hospital, I think I just lost my finger. I was like, damn. So we just hopped in the truck and drew there and stitched it up, and it was fine, it all healed good, and he came back here, he's got his finger stitched, a bandage, he's like, all right, let's get back to work.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we just,
And then,
it's been a very good location, but again, like I said, it's just we've grown out of the space. So.
And then, was it year 2, I want to say, Aaron Freage, our head artist, came here, and he's been amazing.
Yeah, it's right before the year 2 came.
Yeah.
So he's been here for 2 years.
Going on 3rd year, yeah. And so he was amazing. Ted, he's amazing.
He just hit his 2 years too.
Yeah.
So.
And then we've had some artists come and go. They've moved away, military stuff. Anyway, that's kind of how that goes. And we're one of the only shops in town that I think could probably say that the owners don't take a check. We have yet to take a check.
So, we could take a check, but instead we decided when we built this model for a business, like, again, how do we give back? So all of our profits, it goes back into the business. It could be to help out one of the artists, or, we find local causes, or we raise funds for them, and it's given back into our community. So the money that comes in goes right back out to them. So,
Tell me more about that. I want to hear a little bit about the Silkies Ink event and just how you serve in this community.
Yeah, so Silkies Ink, this is our 2nd year doing that event. And we try to do one a quarter. We've done we generally team up with local businesses. So it's not just we have the magic bullet, it's all us and it's all our parade. Because it's really not. It's 100% a collaboration. And it's just a matter of people wanting to be involved and respecting us enough to partner with us on things. So Silkies and Ink is an event where we give our shop to this organization. It's generally how we do a fundraiser. One of my pet peeves, or our pet peeves, is that shops will say, hey, we're doing an awareness event for autism or whatever, right? And these are all normal causes, and it's honorable that you want to raise awareness for these things. But they don't really donate anything. There's nothing from that other than you got a tattoo that says I'm woke. Autism is an issue that I'm proud of, and I support. So anything that's going to do with autism. So I got a tattoo about it. But what did that do? So when we do our events, we wanted to make sure that not only that they could get tattoos that were, an autism piece or a tiger piece or whatever the event's for, but that money actually generated something that went towards that cause. And Silkies and Ink, we donate 22%, which pretty much represents the profit margin on a tattoo shop. So the artists get paid, which they're contractors, they should. They're doing most of the work during the event.
Right.
And it helps provide a job for them and that kind of stuff. But the shop pays for its lights, and then everything else that's left over for 3 days, no matter how many clients come in, goes to these organizations. And this year they're splitting it with Rick's Place. It's now called RHF Now, the Rick Carrera Foundation. They got a 50-acre reserve over there in the corner of like Rayford and Skybo. It was our first year hearing about them. And they're trying to bring horses out there.
That's a really
amazing.
nice place out there.
So basically they're going to get half the money. Irreverent Warriors are going to get half the money so that way they can continue to fund their annual hike here in Fayetteville.
Yeah. So when we do these events, we make sure to take pictures with them. Receiving a check is very important. Not for us to say, "Hey, look at what we're doing." It's to show our audience like we do actually give them this money. Just try to be very transparent with our audience. Because if we say we're going to do something, that's what we're going to do. Like, hey, this is what's happening. So it's just very important.
And that's really kind of been our client base too. They expect that of us, and they've supported us in so many events. Like we were able, I can't even count how many businesses. There's so many I could sit here and name.
I think it's different for both of us. Like for me, my parents, it was my upbringing. Like, hey, you be kind to people, you help others when you see a need. And because my parents are very giving people too. So if they ever see if someone is in need of something, they try their best to do something. It may not be monetary, but they may try something like an action, like hey, just go up and say something kind to them, or maybe like feed them a hot meal, something like that. So I grew up that way. You see trash on the ground, you go pick it up. You know, even if it's not yours, you know, something like that. And I think for you, it just comes from something totally different. So
I just I grew up not having much. And I have a different sense of value over money than most people. Like most people, like they care about money, and me, I can't take it with me when I'm dead. I have absolutely zero cares about it. But I do know that money is an instrument that can impact other people's lives, and as long as my family's taken care of, my army check takes care of that, then the rest of the stuff I really don't care about. And the fact that we're able to do something positive for someone, whether they expect it or not, is very powerful. And I think in business and in life, you know, even in my military career, the only thing you have is your reputation, you know? And if I can somehow have people think of us among some of the other businesses or even the other people in this town that cares just as much about the community as themselves, because there's a lot of businesses that are like that. And then I feel that's an honor, and that's where I want to be in life and in business. And then also we're raising 6 kids. Well, my oldest is 20. He's out discovering the world on his own right now. But it's an example for them, you know, because they watch what we do. They watch how much.
yeah, I think the kids these days live in a society where it's more like expected, hands out, like you owe me. So we're trying to teach them like, well, life is not always about what you can get. It's also about what you can give. So you always expect something in return.